Aloha, beautiful beings. This is Raven. Are you ready to awaken the multidimensional being that you are? Come, expand yourself with human and beyond. Honor the human. So as things get unlocked in my nature of my ancient being, there's an essential step that needed to occur that I pushed aside or almost fragment myself from being. And that is being human and honoring how it is to and what it is to be human. For me to sit with this, I've always ran and pushed it away, and I'd rather be in the spirit realm than this, because being human has been a very painful process in life. To sit in this physical form of this frame, it has had every abuse possible felt by its through its flesh. It's been riddled with many wounds and swords and daggers at every level: emotional, mental, physical, and sexual. So when I awakened in my beings, damn rights, I went right to the spiritual bit. It made sense to me for once in my life. I walked away going, wow, this actually feels right at a soul level, at a heart level. I've actually connected with something that actually makes sense to me. So then there's a part when you do this, there's a spiritual, it's called spiritual bypassing, where you stay in the clouds and you do not come down to the earth plane of your form, because your form has caused you so much pain. Why would I come down if I actually in a place that actually makes sense to me once in my life? Why would I come down to my frame? And it's been a process of a lot of lessons learned that we chose to reincarnate back in human form to learn, to evolve our soul. So it's essential process to honor the human factor as well as the spiritual wisdom that flows through us. We need to be anchored on this earth as well as anchors in the heavens. And if we don't have those two connections occurring, there's a fragmentation that occurs in our vessel of our body suffers for this. Because it's unable to house and carry the energy that's flowing through us, through our vessel of our veins. And I bet everyone has met that. It almost seems like they're in the clouds and they're in a different world, and they are, because that world is the reality, and it feels good to them. And why would they want to come down to this place that's caused them so much pain, and there's so much aggression that lies out here? But it's part of the process of switching the perspective and healing those wounds and seeing this world through a different pair of eyes and seeing the beauty that it offers. And filtering out those people that are no longer serving you, and surrounding yourself with a tribe of people that allows you to experience the joys of life, of laughter, of love, of just being anchored in your human form. They allow you to play. I could honestly say now that I did carry that separation for so long, because the spirit actually made so much sense to me. It really did. I remember breathing such a big relief, going, wow, like I finally found home. But by doing so, it disconnected me from this reality, which I think is essential that you need to stay connected with this world in some fashion as you move through it. Yes, you can still stay in your reality, but you have to honor the both of them. So it's almost like a balance of both worlds. And to learn to enjoy and embrace the human parts and have fun. I'm still in the process of unraveling what fun feels like and what that is for me. And that's the thing I think we have to realize. It's not, fun is a different, it's different for most folks. It's fun for me actually just to go sit and draw on the sand, or to sit on a swing and just play and to dance and just run through the forest. That's fun for me. But other people have different choices or idea of fun, and to make sure that you don't compare yourself to theirs. Everyone's fun looks differently. So I pondered this question and I put it out there. that you guys just explore what fun means to you. I remember a moment as I speak of these words when I was living in Tofino, this island, uh, and these beautiful beings that I was living with, they asked me, they called me up, and they were down by the ocean. It was a full moon, and I was busy healing things, so I was so focused on I'm out here to heal. And I thought, for once in my life, I said, oh, why don't I just go and meet them and explore what could be. So I remember walking down there, and I was so nervous. I've never experienced people like this before, and it was so natural when I went there. They're so excited to see me there that I chose to come out and spend time with them, as they know I'm hunkered down trying to just trying to just heal, and I had such a focused mindset in just doing that. And it was such a magical moment. We lit a campfire by the ocean, and we howled at the moon, and we danced around the campfire, and then we ran crazy in the ocean. It was such a sacred moment that will forever be embedded in my form. And I realized that there's other people out there that like the same kind of fun that I do. I was never made to feel odd or different or weird by them. They just embraced it, and we just enjoyed the space and allowed it to flow effortlessly. Such a ecstatic moment, especially under the full moon, to share with others. So if you're in the point right now where being human has been such a painful event, as you remove and heal those wounds, you're gonna start seeing this brightness come back to your eyes and your hearts. Then I'd encourage you just to try to explore what fun looks like and feels like to you. It was definitely a huge process of it. My last wake up call was a car accident, and that's when everything changed. That's when I dropped into meditation and yoga and hula hooping and dancing. It came out from that, because I didn't come back to this world just to be a machine, a slave, a robot. And damn rights, I'm going to release whatever pain still left in the system, because I'm just that determined and stubborn to think otherwise. I believe it happened for a reason, in a way that for me to get a better understanding of a life, or just be able to hold space for many. Despite how intense it's been for most of my life, I've kind of hit to a point that my peace of mind and fun and is so essential. Why do I want to waste any energy doing anything other than that? Creation becomes so effortless from this space. Right now I'm speaking and I'm just sitting outside with a lawn chair in the backyard with birds chipping around me, and that's pure inspiration I'm surrounded by. And this I look at as fun as I sit with our Earth Mother, and I'm surrounded by her gifts of animals. And just gifted right now the kiss from the grandmother's son on my face. So if you're awakening and you're anchored and you want to stay in the cosmos and that space, I understand. That's the first place that felt good to you. You feel assured of yourself. It feels like home. But I just would encourage or plant a seed that there is part of the human form or the experience that is fun, and that we came back here to experience it as well, and to be curious on how fun may look for you in this life. Because it's never one thing. It's exploration, like a kid in a candy store exploring what else is out there, and getting your hands dirty in the dirt, or making food with your hands, or jumping in a mud puddle, dancing in the rain. These are some of the things I so love. I don't mind getting in the mud and just getting dirty and just being silly. I think the more that we can do that at any age, I think the more that we are having fun. And when you're in the spot, it's like you don't really care about anything else. There's as adults, I think everyone's telling us to grow up faster and be serious. Are you kidding me? Be serious and be a robot and carry the world on your shoulders? Hell no anymore. I don't believe those words. I believe you can have fun at any age. I don't think your inner child should ever be repressed and put in a corner. People look at me and they don't realize my age. Half of them think I'm half my age. They said because I've done a shitload of healing. It's been a long, long haul, I do say. They're like, oh man, you're so bright. I said, I carry just as much darkness. I had to move that through that darkness to get this bright. So if anyone ever is envious of me, I said, you want to carry my darkness as well? Do you want to live in my footprints of my life, my blueprint of what actually occurred to get this bright? Probably not. You'd be taken out at the knees. As I look back, I shared just little bits of my story with most people, and they're shocked just with that. Like, some days I look in the mirror, I'm like, how am I still standing and smiling? And it's because I'm loving myself, and I've hit a point of in my life that it's all about just peace and serenity and having fun. And any drama, I just don't have any time for, so it just needs to get pushed aside or just walked away from. I'm like, I've already dealt with enough soap operas my whole life. I don't need to watch anymore, as I say it. And allow people to have their own space to explore the fun. Some people like video games and TV and movies and things like that, and there's nothing wrong with that. This is one thing I can't. It's been a process. I haven't watched TV in probably, I don't know, 5-6 years now. It just I've been stuck in front of the TV for pretty much 3/4 of my life, and I don't take joy from it anymore. It just doesn't excite me, but it doesn't mean I don't watch a movie every once in a while. I'm brave now that I can actually go out rather than hunker and hide behind my screen. So I want to just make up for time, I guess, and just go and just explore life, explore this world, explore communities all over this world. And I believe that's the part of honoring the human inside of us. There could be a part, it could be this easy. You just have to get rid of the chaos that you may come around you. You don't tolerate any of it anymore. You don't have to be mean or aggressive of it. You just like I always picture the Karate Kid movie of different approaches on how to handle or a situation. You hit fire with fire, you're gonna get a bomb. You hit fire with love, and you're just gonna or just silence and you don't waste your energy on something that you don't want to carry or get involved in. There's too much more important things to focus your energy on. And between the both, I can sit down on this earth and just sit and explore the nature that continuously changes around me. At the same time, I do drop into a meditative state, and it's just so sacred to be there as well. So it's a balance of both dualities. I do think it's essential as you move through your own awakening process. And riding a bike, I remember, I think it was years ago. It was after my car accident. The place I was at, we put two bikes together. I called it a Frankenbike. And man, I love that bike. I biked everywhere because I just walked everywhere. I didn't have a vehicle. I didn't want to taint our Earth Mother with gas, so I either walked or and when the bike came in, I was just such a happy person. Maybe not on the first day. I went up a hill and it took me out at the knees when I got back. But as I got used to it, I was just the person that biked around town, and people that knew me, they were like, I waved at you and you didn't see me, and I'm like, no, I'm just in my happy place on my bike. Something so simple could bring me so much joy. And that damn Frankenbike, it was the best bike ever. I remember being at the park one day because in between work I would just go and sit by the duck pond and just ponder life. And this gentleman came up to me one day. Excuse me, ma'am, your front tire is the wrong way. So he with his kindness, he flipped the bike over and flipped the treads the other way. I said, oh, that ride's so much better. So there's the kindness of humanity that I've been gifted to see, that it still exists in this world. I experienced the complete opposite for majority of my life. So if honoring the human, I think, is essential. So find out what fun is to you. You know, I'll let you be a kid in the candy store, allow you to apply that wonder through your eyes of the exploration of what that could be in your life. So mahalo and blessings. I think that's enough for me today, as my voice just needs a break and just to sit in silence. So have a great day.
Thank you for tuning in with me today with Human and Beyond. If you feel like anyone needs to hear this message for today, please share it out or subscribe today. If you are called or curious about exploring your gifts beyond the five senses, or if you need support moving through the wounds of this human existence, please feel free to connect with me today at thecalloftheraven.ca.